Hello, everyone. Right now, we're just going to give this stream about 5 minutes before we officially start, or maybe even 3 minutes. The reason being, we just want to make sure that everything is working okay and my sound is fine. So if you can hear me loud and clear, please just do let me know in the comments box. That would be great. And also, I can see there's quite a few of you who have logged in already. Fantastic. We have Alexander, Quartz Training and Learning Management Solutions, saying hello. Right. Thank you very much for taking your time out to join me on this live stream. We have Suresh. We also have Sheikh Hidayat, I think, from Kuwait, saying hello. Ratapula from Spain. Awesome. Dastgir Moon, I think. Saying hello. No, also from Spain. Ton Multimedia saying hello, Mac. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Really excited. So I think my audio is perfect. That's fine. I was trying out a new system today. I'm using Wirecast for streaming because before I was using OBS. It was giving me quite a few problems, and quite a few people have pointed out that when I switch my views, the audio dips lower. So hopefully we won't be getting that problem with this new software. Okay, we also have Lawrence Hart saying hello. Right, great. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some website reviews. So if you're brave enough, do post your website in the comments box, and I'll just do a quick review. And if there's things that I think you can improve on that, I will go ahead and give you some advice. And also, this is an open Q&A. And please, if we can stick to web design questions, that'll be great, because we want quite a lot of people to benefit. But of course, if there's questions that I can quickly respond to, I am glad to go ahead and do so. And before we officially start, please, can you do me a favor and share this live stream? Please do share it because we'd like as many people as possible to watch it. So do share it on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere that you think we can gain some audience. Right. We also have JR saying, what's up? Hey, JR, how you doing? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Okay. Before we begin, yesterday I did a tutorial. I don't know if you saw it. It was a combination of Photoshop and Divi to create a professionally looking layout. In fact, let me show you what it looks like. Right. So here it is. So I created this main image here in Photoshop, and in the tutorial I show step by step how to do it. And then over here we added this watch, and again we did some customization to this image in Photoshop. And then over here we added this image in the background, which is a really light version of the watch, but in the background. So this works as a great design element. And this is those little touches that you can make to your designs, which make them look professional. So if you haven't seen that tutorial, please go and check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. So you can go ahead, take a look at that, and hopefully you will learn quite a bit from that. Okay, so today's tutorial is brought to you by divicake.com. Check out their huge selection of Divi themes, layouts, and plugins. What I'll do is I'll also leave the link to that in the show notes below. Right, okay, so let's begin with the show, and let's take a look here and see. Oh, Radapulus saying done on Facebook and Twitter. Awesome, thank you very much, appreciate it. Okay, so Q&A. Who wants to start? What questions do you have for me? And also, do remember that we're doing a website review. So if you have any websites that you want me to take a look at, I can go ahead and do that and give you some of my tips and advice. We also have Janet just joining us. Good to see you. Great. Okay. Right, so what we could do is I'm going to... Ton Multimedia says, does Divi work with WooCommerce? Absolutely. Divi works with WooCommerce. But currently, as of right now, the current state of Divi is it works 100% with WooCommerce, but we do have a few limitations on how you can customize the product page. But the good news is Divi has a massive update coming out soon, hopefully tomorrow, where you'll be able to go in and make customizations to pretty much any page on WooCommerce. So this update is huge because it allows us to go in and really customize those pages. Because I don't know if you have any WooCommerce websites at the moment. You have sort of like this sidebar on the right, and you can't really do much with that. And you're limited to how to customize that product page. But thankfully, we have an update which will resolve that. So that's coming out either tomorrow or hopefully after tomorrow. So that's a great update. I'm really looking forward to that. And as soon as it comes out, I'll be making tutorials on that. But just to answer your question quickly, yes, Divi does work with WooCommerce, and we will be customizing it even better with the update coming up soon. Okay. Quartz Training says, oh my God, so excited. Please let it be tomorrow. Been waiting. Yes, I'm also waiting for the custom. It's called custom post types. This is going to be huge because on Divi University, I've also been struggling with customizing my layouts for LearnDash to make them look the way I want, because we didn't have this integration where the custom post types would work well with LearnDash. But thankfully, with this update, in fact, I'll be making a course on how to create a course website using Divi and LearnDash. So that's going to be really, really cool. Right. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so with LearnDash, we were using a plugin called, I think it's Divi Booster or Divi Boost. So that allowed us to have the custom post types. But like I said, that's going to be gone. Right, we have Rennie, I think, from Hong Kong, just joining us. Awesome, good to see you. Right, Steven says, in your videos, there's 3 extra icons at the bottom left corner of the visual builder. Not sure what you mean. Stevens, please elaborate on that. Not sure what those 3 dots, what you mean by those 3 dots. We also have more people joining us here. This is fantastic. We have Marcelo from Barcelona and Feren, I think, from Hungary. Right. The question here says, do you know when the Divi and Yoast issue will be resolved? I don't know 100% when that issue will be resolved. And to be honest, this is something that we are going to be, or rather, I'm going to be keeping an eye on just to see what happens with that. But surprisingly, on my website, it seems to be working fine. So if you want to maybe expand and say how many, what sort of issue you're having, I may be able to help you in this live stream. Right, Lee says, click the 3 dots to add extra icons. You know what? I am totally lost. Right, Renee, I think I'm pronouncing this, hopefully I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Rennie says, do you know if there is a short-term rental layout pack coming soon anytime? Rental layout pack. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but the layout packs that we have in Divi are absolutely free. And as far as I know, there is no intention of charging for those layouts. So that should be okay. Right. I also have here, I think, in fact, let me go back to these 3 dots because I can see you've expanded on this. Oh, yes. In the videos, those 3 extra dots are, in fact, let me show you what it looks like. Right. I'm just going to switch over here to my desktop and then just make sure that we are referring to the same thing. Right, so if I enable the visual builder here, it's taking a while to load. I guess that's it's because I'm streaming. Right, so we have 3 dots here at the bottom. So I guess if I click on that, there's 3 other dots here. Now, these 3 dots here are the builder settings. This is where you get to set up your visual builder. So hopefully that's what you're asking. But yes, this is where you can go in and make customizations to the builder settings. Okay. Let's take a look here. Oh, short-term rental villas. Okay, right. I'm not sure if that layout pack is coming out soon, but I will add it as a suggestion so that they can build them because we are releasing two layouts every week. So of course, the more that we can, or the more ideas that we have, the better, because we can always add these onto the upcoming ones. Right, okay, let's take a look here. I struggle with image sizes and WooCommerce in Divi. I checked, Divi said 800 by 800 was standard for featured image. Do you recommend anything that will automatically look good? Right, my rule of thumb is on WooCommerce, I use a 1000 by 1000. But what I do is I go into Photoshop and make sure that that image is cropped the way I want it, and also it's optimized. So make sure you use a image manipulation program like Photoshop, because you want to make sure you have the right dimensions. Now, the reason why I use 1000 by 1000 is because I don't want my images to be small, because nowadays we have these massive screens, we have retina displays. So I want to make sure I have the optimal size for my image, because I don't want it to be stretched in any way or zoomed in any way just to make it fit my design. So 1000 by 1000 is what I use. Okay. Right, I can see here a comment from, I think it's Rayleigh 843, saying pretty much same here as many others, Backend Divi builder disappearing. I guess I can make a comment on that. The visual builder, to be honest, is where all the action is. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Visual Builder is going to be the dominant and the only way to design websites with Divi, because the Backend Builder does not have much to offer, to be honest. So the front end builder seems to be more powerful. Now, just as a matter of interest, if you use the Backend Builder, please add a 2 in the comments. If you use the front end builder or the Visual Builder, please add a 1. I'm just interested to see how many of you are still using the Backend Builder versus the Visual Builder. So please just, if you're using the Backend Builder, please add a 2. If you're using the Visual Builder, please add a 1. I'm just interested to see how many of you use that. Excellent. So I can see here both. We have both. We also have Ton saying Visual Builder. Right. It looks like quite a lot of you are using the Visual Builder. You know what? Thumbs up, because awesome. Quite a lot of you are using the Visual Builder. Yes. If you have noticed, most of these updates that we are adding to Divi, I would say 95% are all Visual Builder updates. The right clicks and all these fancy additions that we're adding, they're mainly to the Visual Builder. Team says, I'm eagerly waiting for this week's ET team to launch Divi 4 with dynamic content feature. Are you looking forward to new features coming out like me? Yes, absolutely. In fact, we were speaking about this at the beginning of the show. This is one of those features which I am really excited. And I may even do a live stream, to be honest, just because of the excitement, because we are going to be able to do a lot. And hopefully this is going to be compatible with pretty much all those major plugins out there. The main one I'm really looking at is WooCommerce and LearnDash, because my websites use LearnDash for my free course. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I had to do a workaround just to get my website working. And I don't like using extra plugins just to get things working. I'd rather have a system where it's a minimal and it just runs on the main things. Right, there's a lot of comments coming through. Right, the question here from Quartz Training saying, with the custom post type, will Divi include some blog post page layout packs? That will be great. Yes, that's something that we spoke about, but I think it's going to be later on down the line. But again, since you're already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I will be making a lot of those, because it's going to allow us to build really nice looking layouts. In fact, I'll be giving away some LearnDash layouts as well as I create those. And even more exciting, there's going to be dynamic content coming out. I'm sure you've seen a sneak peek on the Elegant Themes blog. Dynamic content is going to be huge. So again, this is one of those features. I think that one is coming down the line, but they're all coming out in stages. So that's going to be really awesome as well. Ton Multimedia says, can you show how the Netflix landing page can be designed in Divi? I think I did a tutorial on my YouTube channel where I pretty much recreate the Netflix landing page. I'm sure I did that. If not, I will work on that. Okay, Netflix landing page. Right, so I will create that. Hopefully, I'll have it released tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. Ratapula says, at some point later, could you do a live on the necessary plugins to start creating a website with Divi? I apologize for the grammar. No, that's fine. I totally understand what you're saying. Yes, I could do that. And these suggestions are great as well, because it gives me things to talk about on the live stream. So yes, I will do that. In fact, right now, as we speak, there is 40 people watching this live stream. This is fantastic. In fact, I'm so excited. In fact, I'm tempted to even add another live stream on the weekend just because this is really, really exciting. So we may even do that this weekend. Right. Francine says, yes, but not here for the moment. So no solution. Okay, I'm not sure what that's referring to. Let's take a look here. Mobile menu like Google. I think I did a tutorial on the mobile menu. In fact, I'll check on my YouTube channel and let you know if I haven't done so. I could do another one. Right. Francine says, I'm quite depressed to notice that some of the most expected features are not available in the backend builder. Right, to be honest, the backend builder does not provide quite a lot when it comes to designing your website. In fact, if you don't mind, I'm just going to do a quick demo so I can show you the backend builder versus the visual builder, and just show you what you are missing if you're not using the visual builder. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch on to my desktop and then show you what I mean. Okay, so right now I'm in the visual builder. So I'm just going to close this and exit. And then I'm going to go into the backend builder. Right. So right now I'm in the backend builder. So as you can see, I have I don't have any visuals to see what I'm actually designing. So let's say I need to work on this button. So what I'll need to do is to click here on the module settings. Okay, and again, as you can see, there's no visuals. I can't really see what the button looks like. So let's say I go into design, I make all my changes, I align things, text size, maybe I reduce this to about 20. As you can see, I have no idea what the 20 on my text size looks like. So what I'll have to do is to click here on this eye icon like that. And now this gives me a preview like that. So now let's say I need to reduce this. I need to close this, go back to my text, bring it down to, let's say, 18. And again, I have no visual cue to show me what I'm doing. So now I have to go back over here. So I have to keep doing this back and forth. So as you can see, and in fact, even if I click here and I try to change the color, right? Let's change this color. I still can't see what it looks like on that actual page. So these are the limitations of the backend builder. And also, if I right click, you can see here we don't have any right click solutions that we have on the visual builder. Now, if I close this, now let's go to the visual builder and then I'll show you how much better this is when you use the visual builder. So I'm going to click here to go to the visual builder. Okay, so now I'm in the visual builder. So same thing, I'm going to come on the button here and click on the module settings. So straight away, I have everything that I need over here to make my changes and also visually see what I am changing. So if I come over here to the design tab, I can click on button. I can change the size. And as I'm changing the size of this button, I can visually see the size of this button and the changes that I'm making to it. So even if it's the color, my color straight away, I can see what color it is. And then even here on my background color, I can click on that and quickly make changes to this just like that. So these are the advantages of using the visual builder. It just works much faster and you can make all your changes really, really fast. So this is why the visual builder is much better. And as I mentioned, there is a lot of shortcuts that you can use while you're using the visual builder. Okay, so let's take a look here and see if we have any more questions. Team says, I think if the background color item has a color management feature, then that'll be a better way to apply. Yes, I totally agree. The background color item is very important because it doesn't have the features that the color manager has on everything else in Divi. So I think that's an update that's going to be coming out very soon, because I did take a look at that and I was like, wow, right, this only has my base colors. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, but I'm sure there's an update that's coming out very, very soon. Marcelo saying, could you do a tutorial for Divi about e-commerce and Divi? Yes, absolutely. In fact, I have a list of tutorials that I'm working on, and the e-commerce one, sorry, the WooCommerce and Divi one is definitely coming out. But the reason why I haven't released that, and in fact on my YouTube channel, I only have one video about WooCommerce. The reason why I've been holding off is because of this update that we're waiting for, which I hope is coming out tomorrow, fingers crossed. So once that is out, we're going to be doing that. Rotapula says, what? Read what at Francine? Okay, let me just answer this question quickly here by Janet. Which browser works the fastest for the Divi Builder? To be honest, I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure, you know, these browsers are running at the same speed, and if there is a difference, it must be in the milliseconds. But I don't have an idea of which one is faster. I would say mainly your internet is going to be a major factor in that. But I hope there are people out there that have done the test, and if you have, please do let us know which browser is faster when you use Divi. Okay. Really, 843 says, I'm curious of the reason you prefer MemberPress over Digital Access Pass at this point. DAP has added so much now, including their Smart Pay card, has great bump offers, ClickFunnels, etc. Okay, the reason why I prefer MemberPress is because of the ease of use and how I can expand on how I can use it. Now, when it comes to these additions like the pay card and so forth, I invested in a separate system that controls my payment system. So I just pretty much went with that. But I can take a look at it and see if it's a better option, because currently I've been pretty much promoting MemberPress all the way. So I'll have to take a look at Digital Access Pass and take a look at what it offers. Right, I think it's Sagar. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it well. Saying, how are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you very much. How can you, the question is, how can I create websites offline using Divi, except local by Flywheel? Right, there is a service called ServerPress. In fact, let me take a quick look here. Right, my mouse has just stopped working. This is weird and strange. Just bear with me. Right, so these are the things that happen on the live show. In fact, I'm using a wireless mouse, so I think the battery died on me. Okay, now it's working. Great. And I think I'm in focus. Great. So the question here is, where is it again? Yeah, ServerPress. So let me just check here. I think the website is called ServerPress. Yes, serverpress.com. So this is the website. In fact, let me add it onto the comments. So you can use it. Right. Okay, so that's the website, serverpress.com. They have a free, I think it's free, 3 free websites. Okay, so you can add 3 free websites on that locally. Now, I share your pain. Right now, as we speak, I have 3 websites where I created my Learn Dash course, the MemberPress course, and those websites are not loading with Flywheel by local. I'm so annoyed because I was planning to give away those layouts. So right now I have no idea how I'm going to recover that. So it's just loading. It won't load up all my websites locally. So I'm really not happy about that. So I won't be using local by Flywheel, and I do not recommend anyone to use local by Flywheel. It just stuck. I even went and downloaded a new version. That still wouldn't work. So I would stay away from that. So try ServerPress. I've used it before and it worked really well. Okay. Ton Multimedia says, can Divi be used to create a custom blog template using dynamic content? Elementor has that feature already. Right. At the moment, the answer to that is no. That feature is not there yet, but we know definitely that feature is in the pipeline. So it's going to be released soon. But what's going to come out hopefully tomorrow is the custom post types. So that's what's going to come out first, and then we're going to have the dynamic content. So I guess the idea here is to have an interface where everything works well together. And I guess this is why it's taking a bit of time, and also making sure that everything works correctly with what we currently have. So I guess that's why it's taking a bit of time, but that feature will be with us. So if you've invested in Divi, it's just a waiting game, and I'm also waiting for that. I touched on that earlier on, where I spoke about creating templates of these dynamic content, and I think this is something that's going to be really interesting. And I will be adding that on Divi University. So if you're a Divi University member, I will be giving away all these layouts for free. So exciting. Relly says, can you show your preference on how you build a sales page on individual membership items, more specifically one-off items? Yes, I use Divi to do that because it allows us to have pretty much all the elements that we need. And then if I need to link off to, let's say, a shopping cart, then I can use my external shopping cart. But all my landing pages are done in Divi. Now, what's interesting is there's quite a lot of services out there that charge a lot of money, like ClickFunnels and Kartra. I think the other one is Lead Pages. Right, it's Lead Pages. So these companies charge a lot of money for landing pages, and their advertising is so on point that it will make you believe that you need ClickFunnels to sell products online. But when I signed up for the for ClickFunnels, I mean, I was surprised to realize that the actual builder, I mean, it's not too bad, to be honest, but it's not anyway close to what we have with Divi. So if you're already running Divi, you already use Divi, your landing pages should be done within Divi. It has everything that you need: buttons, hero sections, videos, and all that good stuff. The only thing that Divi obviously doesn't provide is the actual shopping cart, which you can link to externally. But I do all my landing pages in Divi, and we can also do exciting stuff like A/B testing, titles, and all that stuff. But I'm going to have a 3-part mini series where I do funnels and also landing pages using Divi. So keep an eye on that and make sure you hit the bell notification, because if you don't, you may not be notified by YouTube when those videos come through. Right. FA Smart says, what is the best SEO plugin for Divi? The best SEO plugin for Divi, in my opinion, is the Yoast plugin. That's the one I've always used, and that's the one I recommend. I know there's someone earlier on, I forgot the name now, sorry about that, that mentioned that they were having problems with the Yoast plugin, but I'm not having any issues with that at the moment, so I will just give it a try, and if you have any issues, just let me know, and I'll also let the team at Elegant Themes know, so we can try and resolve this problem. Right. Any recommendations for a plugin for a single sign-on 2 WordPress sites, or should we edit the database? I think that needs to be done in the database. I can't think of any plugin that will allow you to sign into 2 different websites. Not at all. I don't know of any plugin that can do that. Right. Right, Victor says he has a problem with the last update of Divi when you add a video from Vimeo or YouTube and then go to the overlay. Right, okay. Why not maybe try this now as we speak? I haven't tried the video with the latest update, so let's do that right now. And perhaps everyone else, can learn from this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over here to my website, and let's add a video. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, add a video. Okay, so I'm going to add my video here. So we're just going to use this default one here from Elegant Themes. And then we're going to come over here to design. In fact, we're going to come over here to overlay, generate from video. Let's see if that works. That seems to have worked. I'm going to save this. And now, yeah, this is working fine. And this is a brand new version of Divi. So I'm just going to go in here and just customize the size. It's a bit too big. Center it. Right, so as you can see, the video item is working. And even if I try to add a different image, let's try and do that. I'm going to come over here to the overlay. So instead of using a generated image from the video, I'm just going to delete that and add an image. So let's add an image here from my library. So let's go with this one right here. Click upload. And there you go. I know it's taking a while. That's because this image is way too big. So this seems to be working fine. So I guess it may be that you have a conflict with one of your plugins. So do check it out. Because as you can see, it seems to be working fine for me. And by the way, this is the latest version of Divi that I'm running. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, okay, so I need to save it and then exit the Visual Builder. Okay. Right, so let's save it and exit the Visual Builder. Right, so save, exit the Visual Builder. Okay, let's play it. And that is working okay. Right, so that seems to be working fine. Okay, Victor, I hope you were able to see that. I've just tried it and it seems to be working okay. So sometimes when these kind of things happen, it could be that you are having a conflict with a plugin. So try and deactivate your plugins, try it out, and then reactivate your plugins. Because right now on my website, I only have 2 or 3 plugins working. So I guess it could be that. So give it a try and let us know how you get on with that. Okay. Quartz Training says responsive framing tutorial will be great. Yes, that's a tutorial that quite a lot of people have been talking about. Right, I'll just make a note of it here. Right. Right, Rose saying having issues linking a newsletter module to an email marketing such as MailChimp. So what is the problem, Rose? I mean, what is the issue, or what's the error? What error are you getting when with the newsletter item? So just please just do let us know, and then I can try and help you with that. Really says, is there any plans in the future to allow unlisted videos in the video module that allow you things like modest branding, etc.? I'm not sure about that, but when it comes to these modules, the video module is one of those modules that hasn't had an update for quite a while now. So I would expect there to be an update on the video, the video module, because other builders have these basic customizations to it. So I'm really hoping that this is something that will be added, and that will be greatly welcome, because when using YouTube videos, I really don't like the title that comes up and all the YouTube branding on it. So having a minimal player will be fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully they will do that as soon as possible. Right. Apart from Divi, which other plugins do you use running on your website? So this is Ton Multimedia. Okay, so it mainly depends on, because I have quite a few websites, so it mainly depends on which or what features I need on that particular website. So for Divi University, in fact, let me open Divi University so I can give you a list of all the plugins that I have and why I use them. And these are also pretty much the same on WP User TV. And for those of you that are just joining us or don't know about my free course, do go to wpusertv.com and sign up for my free WordPress course. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is to enroll, and you'll have instant access to that course. Okay, so let's take a look at the plugins here. So on the list of all my installed plugins, what I have here is, right, I have the Divi Builder, of course. I have LearnDash, because that's what controls my my courses. So LearnDash is my main one. I also have Google XML Sitemaps. This again is a plugin that allows you to add your sitemap to Google so that it better index your website. So it's called Google XML Sitemaps. I will also be doing a tutorial on this because it's important that you have your website indexed by Google. So the best way to ensure that this is happening is by using this plugin. It's called Google XML Sitemaps. Very easy to use, a very straightforward process. Okay, the next one here is Gravity Forms. I really don't use it anymore now, but it has a lot of features, a lot of things that you can use with it. So that's Gravity Forms. I also have, so all these other plugins, they are plugins that work with LearnDash. Right, the other one, which I think is very important, especially if you're doing affiliate marketing, is Pretty Links. So what Pretty Links does is it shortens your URL. So let's say you're promoting elegant themes, as I do, the Divi. So if I want people to buy Divi using my affiliate link, I can make a custom link like diviuniversity.com/Divi. So that becomes my affiliate link, as opposed to what you get from Divi, which is a complicated long URL. So sometimes you don't want that. It needs to be easy to say, or just, easy for people to remember. So like now, if you want to buy Divi, it's wpusertv.com/Divi. So you see how easy that is. It's as compared to that long, complicated name that you get from these affiliate companies. So Pretty Links does a very good job of that. I also have Push Crew. Now, what Push Crew does is it gives browser notifications. I don't know if any of you got those notifications today, but I sent a quick notification on using Push Crew, and that's notified people to come to my live show. Right. I also have Thrive Leads. Now, when it comes to Thrive Leads, it's really, really powerful because it allows me to create my my lead generations. It has the ability to do pop-ups, but the good thing is you can customize all your pop-ups the way you want. So pretty much it's like a drag and drop for your pop-ups. So it's really powerful, and it works with all these autoresponders. Okay, so moving on, I also have Yoast SEO. So Yoast SEO is a really powerful plugin for my SEO. And I also use MemberPress because that's what controls everything on my website. So pretty much these are the plugins that I use. And also I have SSL Insecure Content Fixer because my website is on HTTPS, so on SSL. So that's the plugin I use to make that work. So pretty much those are the plugins that I use. Right, let's take a look here. I'm sure we have more questions. Oh, Monique has just joined us, saying greetings from the US. Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Right. Oh, Ton says Pretty Links is great. Started using it yesterday. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. And by the way, I know obviously Pretty Links would like to make some money, but most of the features that you need in Pretty Links, you can pretty much get them from the free version. So updating or upgrading it to the paid version, I haven't had, the need to do that. So I just thought I would say that. Okay. Rose says this is relating to MailChimp not working with the email module. I'm not getting emails running a test, but it accepts the email on the landing page. Right. I'm not sure what that issue would be. What I can do is I can recreate this on my own website and see if that works. But I know that before, when I was having a problem with email, it was mainly my contact form. So I'll be surprised if this is also happening on the email module. So I'll take a quick look at that, and I'll also respond in the comments box and let you know how that works. Okay. Ton Multimedia says, what are you using for caching? It's called what's he called again? I think it's WP Super Cache. That's what I use for caching. Yeah, WP Super Cache. But there's quite a few caching plugins that work really well. But I haven't, really taken time out to test and see which one is better and so on and so forth. So that's the one I use. Janet says, which plugin you use to secure your website? It's called, in fact, let me go back into my website here. It's called SSL Insecure Content Fixer. In fact, let me copy this and paste it in the comments. Okay, so that's what it is. But you do need to make sure, obviously, that you're on a hosting platform that gives you SSL. So the two hosting platforms that I recommend are InMotion Hosting and also WP Engine. So I do use both of these. Okay, I have here WP Rocket is the best. Now, this is the second time where WP Rocket has been mentioned. I may want to have a quick look at WP Rocket because quite a lot of people have been talking about this. Right, I will actually make a tutorial about this and give you some feedback and let you know how it's working. Okay. I'm just scrolling back up here to see if I've missed any questions. Right. Which is better and widely used, Divi Builder versus Visual Composer? To my knowledge, I think it's Divi because it has surpassed 1 million users now, but I'm not sure what the user base for the Visual Composer is. But from what I can tell, Divi is definitely more superior, and I think it has more users. So if anyone knows, please do let us know in the comments box because I'm not 100% sure about that. Okay. WordFence security. Right, let's talk about security. WordFence is really, really powerful. I use it because there are some hosting platforms which do not provide security for your website. So I know Flywheel and WP Engine, they do take care of the security side of things for you. But of course, that comes at a price. It's a bit more expensive. And if you want to go for a cheaper option where you want to have cheaper hosting but great features, then companies like SiteGround, InMotion Hosting, they're great. So this is where you want to use plugins like WordFence Security. It's fantastic. I've used it. It's great. And I think on top of that, what you may want to add is limit logins. And it also has this built in. So how this works is if someone tries to log into your website, let's say 5 times, you can set it to 5 times or 10 times, they get locked out for 15 minutes. And then if they try again, 30 minutes. So the reason why this is important is because a lot of these websites that get hacked are being hacked using what are known as brute force attacks. So these are softwares or software programs that target websites and then just basically do random guesses of those passwords. And most likely, if you have a password that is very weak, these programs are able to exploit your website. So having this feature is also great. Okay. Janet saying, yeah, WP Rocket is best. Set up plugin for my website and the speed is now improved. Okay, I will definitely try that. That's on my list of to-dos now. Right. Okay. Looks like we don't have any more questions, and we're approaching 1 hour now on our show, which is exciting, right? For those of you who are just joining us or who joined us halfway through the show, pretty much what we're doing today is doing some Q&As. I was answering questions and also giving a few tips here and there about the web design process. And also, if you haven't watched the tutorial that I did yesterday, it's pretty much a tutorial where I used Photoshop and Divi to create a landing page. In fact, let me show you what this landing page looks like. Right, so this main hero image here, I created this using Photoshop. These are two images. So on the main image here where we have this man sitting, this was an image from a royalty-free website. So I managed to add a blur to it so that this watch would really like stand out as the item in the foreground. So again, this watch, this Rolex watch was also from a royalty-free website. So I added this color and I managed to merge these two images together and added it as a main header image. Okay, and then over here with this watch, again, I managed to make some adjustments to it in Photoshop and also resized it to make sure that the size I have here was optimal for my website. And then finally, here on the contact page, I added this watch here in the background, as you can see, and this worked as a design element, which just makes that section a bit more stylish and at the same time professional. So take a look at that tutorial. It's absolutely free. And also, if you want to learn how to design these type of images for your websites, how to optimize your images and all that good stuff, I have a Photoshop course that is on diviuniversity.com. You can go ahead and check it out. It's called Photoshop for Web Designers. This course will pretty much cover everything that you need to know in how to use Photoshop, because as you know, with Photoshop, it's a huge program. It's massive. So I just cut down to exactly what you need in order for you to create awesome looking graphics for your website. So do go and check it out. It's only $97 and it pretty much covers, as I mentioned, everything that you need to know. And also I will be adding even more tutorials to that and add more tips and tutorials as we go along. Okay, so I'm just going to check here again and see if we have any more questions. Ton Multimedia says, what is the best theme to use with Divi aside from Divi theme? The best theme to use is Astra. I think it's called WP Astra. That's the theme that I use. I really like it. And I've also done some reviews on it. That's the one I prefer to use. It has quite a lot of features inbuilt, specifically for LearnDash. You know, it helps you create a layout, a fantastic layout. And as I mentioned earlier on, this was my workaround in order for me to be able to use Divi with LearnDash, you know, in the way that I wanted. So I would recommend Astra. Okay. Monique is saying, will it be every Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern? That's correct. Every Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern. That's the plan. So please put a date in your calendar. Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern. That's when we're going to have this show, Q&A, and we can also do some website reviews. I think today no one was brave enough to give us their website so I can review. But you know what? It's not going to be, you know, this won't be me like just putting down your website or anything. It's also about learning. It's also about just my tips that I've learned throughout all these years of designing and making all these tutorials. So it's a matter of us just talking about your design, where you can improve it if there's need be. So please, in the next show, do send your website so I can review them and take a look at them during the show. In fact, you can send me an email to mac@makita.co.uk. So that's my email address. I've just added it into the comments box. So if you add it in there, that'll be great. And I'll be Janet says, Mac, the contact section background image should not be parallax. I mean, it's a choice. You can either make it parallax or not. So this, you know, it's a choice thing. But in my case, I tend to use less animations and very few places where I use parallax as well. But with all these, you know, features like animations and parallax, just try to use them in a subtle way, in a very minimal way, because being minimal sometimes communicates even better for your website. So if you have a website where a lot of things are spinning and zooming in and zooming out,